Hey everybody, it's Nintuba64 here. Welcome to my new Let's Play. This is a Let's Play of The Binding of Isaac. Now let's hear the story and I'll give more commentary.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved." "I will do my best to save him, my lord," Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again the voice called to her. "Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins." "I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee," Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. "You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you." "Yes, Lord, anything," Isaac's mother begged. "To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son Isaac will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else." "Yes, Lord," she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trapdoor to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door, and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
So if you guys can't already tell, this game is kind of weird. And if you're actually, it's the gameplay that's weird. The story is just obviously satire on Abraham and God. You know, the formation of Judaism, since God instructed him to kill his son Isaac. But when he was actually about to kill him, he gave him a ram. Let's see if in this game, God decides that Isaac doesn't really need to die. Let's hope so. Or, you know, this isn't God doing it, because God wouldn't do that again. God wouldn't do that again, so yeah, this is just the mother hallucinating. And I have not explained the gameplay of this game at all. You move with the WASD keys, you shoot by crying on enemies with directional buttons, and you get items in item rooms. And this is an item called number 1. If you've noticed, my range is a lot lower now, but I fire a lot faster. In later episodes of the Let's Play, I'll give exact numbers for the tears up and range ups. But this episode for you guys will mostly serve as just pretty much learning what the game is about in terms of the gameplay. I'll get deeper into it every episode. This thingy that I was circling around for a couple of seconds is a key. Oh yes. Oh yes. That room with spikes on the door, when you go into it, it generally has 1 to 2 red chests. Red chests can be helpful, or they can suck. But this is amazing. This is the Pact. What the Pact does is, it makes you fire even faster. It gives you 2 soul hearts, which are hearts that are given to you outside of your heart container, and they're better than red hearts for another reason too, but I'll get into that later in the Let's Play, of course. Just drank some water. Anyways, our damage is awesome right now because the pack gives 0.5 damage up, and you already start out with like 0.3 It has a weird formula. I'll give the exact damage numbers later in the LP when I actually know all of them, because I don't know all of them. I just know the pack because it's a great item and I really like it. If you're wondering, I have beaten the chest before, but I've never actually... I've beaten the last level of the game, but I've never 100%ed the game yet. And if you're wondering, you actually do pretty much replay the game. I'm gonna run through the game every episode. I might not win every episode, but I'll run through it every episode. And I really had no excuse to take damage on that fight, but I did it anyways, because I'm stupid. Anyways, this item is the belt. It is a speed up, and I'm gonna collect a red heart, which you use to refill your heart containers, and I'm going to the next floor with amazing fire rate, decent damage. The only things that I could really ask, and decent speed, the only thing I could really ask for would be range ups. So, yeah. Range ups maybe game? Come on, Edmund. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, this game was created by Edmund McMillan. Crap. Crud. I'm terrible. See, most people would... Oh, wow. I took 3 hits that room. I should have taken 0 hits that room. Damage-wise, we're in a fantastic place damage-wise for this part of the game. And if you've noticed that there are 2 doors in this room that have a key on them. The one to the right is the shop. You can buy things, but we don't have much money, so I'm not going to go for that first. I might if I get more money and another key later. And to the left is the item room. On the first floor, the item room, wow, so many lemon-related items, or that are yellow. This is Lemon Mishap. It is a truly terrible item. It's a spacebar item, which there are some pretty dang good spacebar items, but this one is just about useless. I'm not kidding. It's terrible. What it does is, I guess I'll show it to you guys what it does now. It has like a really tiny area that does damage to enemies, and this is a trinket. You can carry 1 trinket at a time normally. There's an item that will allow you to carry 2 at once, so you can pick up and run. And what trinkets do are, they each have a different effect. The safety cap increases the chance of finding pills, because pills are things you can find in this game. We haven't found one yet, but we probably... right here, see? And Tears Up. Wow. Maybe number 1 wasn't so necessary. I mean, it's a good item. It lowered the range a lot, but I would at that point rather have gotten a range up pill. So I'm going to go into the curse room again, since it's been helping me. Oh yes. Oh yes. I like it. A lot. Anyways, I just went into this secret room. Now, if you're thinking, oh crap man, you're only going to have half heart left when you exit. Actually, no I'm not. You can bomb out. And you can bomb in to find them. That's usually how you do it, but I generally like clearing the floor first, so I make sure I don't, and hopefully I don't die on this boss fight, because, oh, it's Monstro. This isn't that difficult of a boss. What you do is you dodge him, and you shoot him with your tears. Actually, the point of the number 1 item is you're peeing on enemies now. That's why your eyes are closed when you do it the entire time. Ah, crap. I'm not gonna... There's a certain room you get after bosses sometimes that I know I won't get, and I really wish those hearts that I had before I could find now. I'm not at terrible damage, but I'd like a range up from this fight. There's an item, like the best item I could get right now would be an item known as Jesus Juice. What it does, it gives you half damage up and a range up, or I could get one of the mom items because they're all range ups, and the box. Not terrible. It's not the best item I could get, but it's not terrible. And what's in here? You got the tower, which is... Ah, crap, why did I do that there? That's what the tower is! There's no better way to do it than by explaining it. That's a pill called Bad Gas. What it does, you release a poison cloud around enemies, and this is another trinket known as the Tick. This is a very good trinket. The only bad thing is you can't drop it once you have it. What it does is whenever you have a boss, it'll make it where the boss only has 20% of the health it would normally have, and I'm going to get a drink before I move on. Everything looks different now. That is because every 2 floors the game will get harder. This is the caves floor. It has new enemies, as you can tell, like these double flies. They're pretty annoying, but not bad. Generally, if you stay on the top, at the top of the room, they can't hit you as easily. But I'm just sucking, and I'm not going to win this run. And what is... Oh, yes. Yes. So much. Yes. This is triple shot. Right now, we are in a very odd situation. Because triple shot normally decreases your fire rate by a lot, and this actually does, but we were already firing so fast. It's still... We have very respectable fire rate. Can I blow this up without getting damaged? Yes, I can. Then our damage isn't actually terrible right now. We have a great, magnificent fire rate, decent damage. I'm not complaining about the run so far. And I'm going to show you what the Guppy's Paw does. It removes one of your heart container and gives you 3 soul hearts. It's a pretty cool thing to do. But yeah, it removes a filled one, just in case you're wondering. And crap. If you're wondering what that enemy that is, not the red one, since the red one is a normal enemy color, but the green one that's bigger than the others, that's known as a champion. What champions do is more damage, of course. They do a full heart as opposed to a half heart. And I want to kill that fly so much. You know, that's a full health in there. That'll be my friend. Or not full health, but a health up pill. Because there are a bunch of different kinds of pills. To get these guys to come up, just gotta wait and not shoot at them for a while. And, ooh, bombs are key. I won't complain about it. Anyway, let's go down into the boss. And if you'll notice, see, already starts with less health because of the tick. See, it's not terrible, it's just, it's actually pretty good until you have the chest unlocked. And then it just means unless you get the item which allows you to have 2 trinkets, you can't go to the hardest part of the game. Because the hardest part is the funnest part. Because you get more items and it just has really hard enemies. Because having a high-powered run that's difficult means, A, you suck. But it also means the levels might be harder. And wow, I could not have done that with base speed, so I'm really thankful for getting the belt earlier in the run. Because pretty much the minimum for dodging everything is Isaac base, but I'm not the best at this game, so I need more than that sometimes. Because I'm not the best at all. And yes, health. Thank you, health. You're a thing. Oh, yes! This is a range up. Mom's underwear. I can kind of shoot far now. It's still at below base because you start with 21 base, like 23 base range. You lose 13 range for taking the number 1, but you get 7 range for taking a mom item. I think. I might be wrong on that. And these are enemies that can be problematic. But if you just take them out intelligently... I'm salty about that one. Do I want to go to the shop? Yes, I do. Because I can get a pill, then I don't know what it is. Tears up. Not terrible. And I can get an item known as the Bum Friend. Pretty much whenever there's money, he'll go and pick it up, but he sometimes drops for you, such as keys and bombs. We're doing pretty decently for keys and bombs, and you know, Bum Friend. Get these. The good thing about him is he can fly. So, whenever there are keys or bombs over gaps, you can still get to them, which is pretty useful. And yeah, see how massive those tears are? They do a whole heart of damage. But he dropped a soul heart, which I'm not going to pick up just yet. Aye, that's no good. And that's the reason why if I picked it up, then I would have lost more soul hearts. Because red hearts are replenishable, soul hearts aren't, and if this has, no, just a bunch of spiders. And if you're wondering why I'm not using my tears up pill, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever. So I'm just going to use it, and go to this room. Lust. Aye, crap! No, Lust, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Oh, that could have been terrible. Friends till the end. That spawns 3 oh, crap. Yeah, just blow those rocks up. I'm surprised we haven't seen any tinted rocks yet this run. Tinted rocks are a good thing. I like them. They're useful. They're rocks, they're bluish, they can drop stuff. And stuff is incredibly useful. You know, I think this run, I know I'm literally only halfway through the run, so this is going to be a bit over a half an hour episode, because if you haven't noticed, every floor is longer than the last. But I think this run, it's going pretty well, and I'm still lucky that we haven't gotten any of the Wrath of the Lamb floors yet, because those are terrible to do. They're, like, absolutely terrible, and I hate them. I don't hate them, they just have really annoying enemies. And these enemies, yeah, I know they aren't Wrath of the Lamb enemies, but they're still really annoying. And the champion one does a full heart of damage, so he's, like, the worst of them all. Because whenever you defeat them, you have to deal damage to them in that state to get them to go dead. And this is another spacebar item called Crack This Guy. I'm going to pick it up because you do need to grab every item at least once in the game to 100% it. And 100%ing it is known as getting Platinum God. I plan on getting Platinum God for the LP. That's a blood donation machine. You can hit it. It'll deal a red heart of damage. Or half a red heart. So it's okay to do it. Oh yes. Ah crap, can't pick that up. That's a flat penny, pretty much. Whenever you get a coin, you have a random chance of 50% chance of getting a key as well. Which is useful. It's actually really good, and well, just be patient. That's good. Don't want to run into the spikes because they deal a full heart of damage, and I'm in a position where I can't really take hits very well. It's a position I put myself in, but I'm in the position nonetheless, so got to act accordingly and not be stupid. You know, will I pay a bomb for this chest? Yes, I will, but I'm going to exit the room first, because if a bomb is on the ground and you exit the room, it will and increase blast radius and blow up a bunch of the rocks. The reason I wanted to blow up a bunch of the rocks is when you blow up, once you've blown up 50 rocks, it unlocks an item that will make it where you deal more damage, you shoot faster. All it does, it makes you move slightly slower. Speed is useful. You can still take damage from them when they're in that state. I did not know that. It's depressing. And pill. Bad gas. Might as well use it during the boss. Versus Gertie. That's a better boss to fight than Gertie Jr., I'll tell you that much. Gertie Jr. is a terrible boss. Probably the worst in the game. Other than, like, you can actually fight Isaac as a boss. It's not an easy fight at all. Blue Baby isn't easy either. Or it's not that it's hard, it's luck-based. It's literally impossible to dodge everything. Like, for pretty much every other boss in the game, you can dodge everything with Isaac base speed, and you know, bad gas. See? Actually using bad gas. That's a new one. Nope. No hits. Come on. Yes. Oh yes, that Eternal Heart. That is so good. That Eternal Heart. And I'm gonna take Squeezy, but not take the Soul Hearts yet, because it's possible. So I want to do it. No, I don't. Those were two. One of them was a great item, like an amazing item. I just decided to not go for it because it's not as fun, and I want to do my first run with all tiers. And an Eternal Heart, if you still have it when you get to your next floor, it will become a health up, which with Guppy's Paw is the equivalent of 3 Soul Hearts. So I got 5 Soul Hearts from that boss. And, like, this is the depths. It's not actually that bad, I'm just bad at the game itself. So I'm bad at the depths. I'm bad at dodging and existing in the land of Isaac. In this game, the key of it to winning is concentrate on dodging. dealing damage while it's required to beat the game takes second priority to avoiding damage. Because there is finite recovery. And when you're at low health, like me, at 2 hearts, but like, this is how I play. I like doing glass cannon runs. Even though I wouldn't consider this a glass cannon, I've only had 1 damage up, I just have really good rate of fire. And into the shop. Telepathy for dummies, it'll give you homing for a room. I think I'll stick with it for the remainder of the floor, since Guppy's Paw isn't actually one you use in rooms, so the charge doesn't matter. And I'll just show you guys what it does, because, you know, it's actually useful. And I'm not going to use it here, because I don't need it here. And this is going to be fun. What you got to do, fake it out, and do that to avoid it. Yeah, just gotta be ever so patient. And there's a key there. I'll get back. Oh, yeah, telepathy for dummies here. Yeah. Usually every mask has a heart. This was odd. It might have been because bombs can deal damage to masks. I don't know what caused that. Anyways, if you can't tell, telepathy for dummies charges every other room, because every item requires 6 ticks of charge to use it, and every item gets a different number of ticks per, or not every item gets a different number. There are different numbers of ticks for charge you can get for an item. And yeah, this is a good telepathy for dummies room. And get off the ooze. See, they actually have homing tiers too, so it's not unfair. You can't say this item gives us an advantage. It's exactly what you have. If anything, we're fair, we're even now. And, you know, I could bear to have 1 more range up. And we get the left hand, which we can't pick up because we have the tick. I don't regret getting the tick, though. I like the tick. It's it's not the best trinket in the game. Like, there's a trinket that doubles your fire rate, which is amazing. Which I like. But I'm not gonna say it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. Now, yeah, I'm gonna go in here. I'm not gonna have homing, and oh, Loki, this is... With homing, not bad. I'm gonna use homing, because I can just stand beside him, and I'll home into him. Yeah, you like it, don't you? And that explodes on him, and pretty much ends our pain. And yeah, I like telepathy for dummies. I might actually go all in for my... What I might do is I'll go all in with Guppy's Paw and be at 0 health. That might be my game plan. Because I like Guppy's Paw. It's an amazing tier item. And if I can do this without taking red heart damage, that would be great. And we got Mom's Coin Purse. So that means we get a Telepills. I'm gonna pick up the Guppy's Paw before I go do anything else. Because... I hate you, man! Don't be a butthole. That was a butthole-ish move. Flies. And right now, I'm at half a heart. So, just for safety, I might use Guppy's Paw when moving around. Yeah, I don't plan on taking damage when moving around, but, you know, getting... I actually got 6 flies from that, and come on, blow it away from me. Because those super troll bombs, they will troll you. I'm gonna go to the bottom this time. Full speed ahead, man. It can hurt the See, that's why. I would be dead right now if I hadn't taken a thing of Guppy's Pawnus. Anyways, what pill is this? Bombs are key. That tears up pill, so I'm just gonna go with the bombs are key in case I need bombs later in the run, because there's one floor left. This run isn't in the most survivable state because I got Necropolis this time, and Necropolis is bad. Because this is one of the DLC floors, and the DLC of this game is a lot harder than the base game. A lot harder. Like, no joke, it's probably twice as difficult. So, yeah. The Wrath of the Lamb DLC. It makes a game a little bit difficult. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm not funny at all. And I'm just... Oh, Pooter! That's the name of the fly with pretty much the beard shooting at you. It's called a Pooter. Because he farts. They're immature like that. They call farting pooting. Even though it's really flatulence. There's a heart there. And if I get to the boss room, I'm gonna fight it ASAP. I don't know how good of a position I'm in for it, but you know, I just want to end this run because I'm scared. I really don't know about the survivability of this run. I want to win. To win my first run of the LP, that would be fantastic. But I don't know if I can. Didn't get any drops from that. Like, getting soul hearts as drops would be wonderful. What is that? Void Rage. Speed up. I won't complain. I like speed. I like speed a lot. And later, I'd like to stop relying so heavily on speed, because while useful, it is considered kind of overpowered. Because you can dodge so much. I mean, damage is more important. Damage is easily the most important stat in the game. But speed is still quite useful. And why did I do this? I'm so stupid. I hate myself. What the? They landed right on me. Yep, you got 3 waves of enemies to fight, and I screwed myself over. There was a health up pill in the rotation. Maybe, you know, bombs are key being health up. That would be awesome. But no, that's not how reality decided to be. But this is the last. And thanks, man. You know, yeah. Decent item. Tammy's head. It makes a volley of 8 tears around you. And no. Having high tears, not tears, but speed when dodging the masks and hearts is a godsend. Or high tears, high speed when dodging, period. It's a godsend. Because it makes dodging a thing. It's possible to dodge with Isaac base speed, just like it's possible to beat Mario without any power-ups. It's just hard as crap. And I'm terrible. So, yeah, having high speed for me, it's good for now. I'd like to stop relying so heavily on it. But it is a crutch. And the hearts actually dodge you, which is kind of odd. And yeah. Moving on to the next room, we get item room. I hate you. What item would I like? Mega Mushroom, maybe? That would be nice. Mega Mushroom is an item that gives you, like, a good damage multiplier. And let's see. What do I have? Oh, why didn't I go... Arcade. That's the thing I'm gonna do. Because, you know, these bee lickers, as they're called. They're butt lickers. They're not too bad to dodge. And I think Tammy's head is an every room item, so yeah. What it does is your damage for an individual tier plus 25. And I have high tiers, which is why my DPS is decent, but my individual damage isn't very good, so damage for one tier plus 25 is good. And yes. Please save me. What are you? Prince Hildeand? No. I don't need you. Balls are steel. It's a pill that gives you 8. No. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and blow you up, because if I run into you, I'll deal damage to myself, and I'll hate myself because of it. Even if I could have... But yeah, I'm really fast right now, and I like it. I need this to be a miracle item right now. We're in here. Wooden spoon. Even higher speed. Which means deck of cards. Hierophant. Judgment. Oh my Jesus. Did you see what they did? Oh, blowing you up. Getting that so I can have this run. Soul Heart in the shop for 3 cents. No greed. I hate you, greed. Yeah. That run was not a win, and I literally got no unlocks from it. That was depressing. But next time on Let's Play The Binding of Isaac, it will hopefully go better. See you guys then. I didn't mean to replay, but I'll just start the next episode from here.